each had a very peculiar habit. The eldest son had an itchy scalp, which he needed to scratch every now and then. The youngest daughter had a running nose, which she frequently rubbed on the sleeve of her blouse. Unfortunately, the parents of these teenagers never bothered to train them, as they live in a village and did not care how they behave. One day, they were invited to a wedding feast. They were elated. A feast? Wow! There will be plenty to eat, they explained. Sorry dear, you cannot go. I can't imagine the two of you going to the wedding feast and disgrace me with your bad habits, their father said. Oh father, how could you do this to us? We really want to go. We promised to behave, they pleaded. I promise not to scratch my head, said the first son. And I promise not to rub my nose, his daughter said. The farmer felt sorry to his two children. Finally, he agreed. All right, you can go, but make sure you stick to your promise. The teenagers looked forward to the day with excitement. The auspicious day arrived. The farmer and his family were on their finest outfits and set out for the feast. He warned his children again to behave themselves. It was the biggest feast that the teenagers had ever been to. Suddenly, the eldest son felt an itch on his scalp. He tried to ignore, but the itch became quite severe. Oh no, he thought. Of all times, why it must happen now? I need to think of something quick. Then he had an idea. Friends, I had an encounter with a wild boar yesterday. It was charging at me. This boar had many horns, 2 in the front, and he placed his fingers above his forehead, and 2 at the back, and he shifted his fingers across his scalp to the back of his head. As he did that, he gave his scalp a good hard scratch. He felt satisfied that he had managed to scratch his head without getting into trouble with his father. Seeing her brother scratch his head caused a psychological reaction in the second daughter. Her nose had started to run. She wanted to rub her nose, but suddenly saw her father staring at her. She also had an idea and decided to continue her brother's story. Then the wild boar charged at my brother. Fortunately, I had just returned from a hunting trip. I took one arrow and aimed at the boar. She lifted her right arm towards her nose, and with the sleeve of her blouse, she wiped her running nose. Their father, who had been watching their children's antics, secretly felt pleased. I never realized I had such witty son and daughter, he thought to himself. Friends, we need to think wisely and act fast to solve our problems. Be wise, be happy.